Tomorrow will be September 11th, 2025, which will be 24 years since the attacks at the World Trade Center in New York and the Pentagon, as well as United 93. It is a very tough and turbulent time in America and the world as a whole. And we just want to let you guys know that no matter what, we're here for you. We're going to keep just telling jokes and having fun. And sometimes the world is scary, but we can be scarier. Now, let's get into the episode. My name is Fred Stewart, and welcome to Haunts, Graves, and Omens. With me, as always, is my lovely co-host.
It's me. It's Taylor. Hello.
Hi, Tay.
Hi.
And with us, running cameras and sound, is Bill Bernard.
Howdy, howdy.
Sorry to start the show off heavy, lads and gal, but, you know, it's just the way that it is today. Yeah. It's a very strange day.
It's a very weird day.
I do want to shift it away from the dark atmosphere. The whole episode as a whole will be dark atmosphere, but it's a fun dark atmosphere. But I just want to talk about yesterday, which was September 9th, 2025. There was another congressional UFO hearing about UFOs and UAPs that had some of the most compelling videos to come out to date. Some of the most compelling testimony to come out today. And if you haven't been able to sit down and watch the 2.5 hours of testimony that was delivered, you need to go see it.
Yeah.
We've joked about it on the podcast. We've talked about it on the podcast for years. I've talked about it before I started this podcast. The government's hiding craft. They're hiding things from us. Mm-hmm. And now we are in a situation where, sure, maybe they are trying to point us in a different direction. Don't look over here kind of deal by showing us UFOs and UAPs. But damn. Just at this point, who cares?
Yeah.
They really are like, hey, you know all the other stuff going on? Don't look at that. Things are in the sky.
So these files won't delete them. So.
I think that's the antithesis of what's going on, man. Yeah. It's like they already talked about releasing the files for like JFK and MLK and all of that, but I'm like, what could be something that would be even more compelling other than that? I could think of something, whether or not Donald Trump wipes standing up or sitting down.
It's definitely sitting down.
I don't want to be looped in with him. No.
Well, I mean,
I just don't think he wipes there.
Oh.
So there's two like videos that came out so far in with this latest congressional hearing. One of I showed you one of them, and I'm sure you've seen the other one. But the first one was in like 2023 from the USS like Jacksonville or something like that, and USS Jackson, and it is a circular like craft that is floating, and they're tracking with IR. The second video is highly compelling of them tracking a high-speed object moving over the ocean that was being tracked by two Reaper drones. Mm-hmm. One drone is filming, the other one engages it with a Hellfire missile. Hellfire missile impacts, just kind of splits in half in a burning mess, falls down into the ocean as the object tumbles, and then it just kind of regains and continues forward. That's not man-made.
Yeah.
No.
There's not anything I can think of that you can. I mean, 737s. I mean, like what was a A319, A320? That was the Miracle on the Hudson, right?
Yeah.
They got taken out by fucking birds. That's an airplane. I mean, granted, it was a lot of birds. A lot of birds can do a lot of damage, but I mean, like a bird strike. As someone who's worked with like aircraft I did it for almost 10 years. Like a bird strike will ground an aircraft until it is deemed to fly safe again. So nothing can really take a Hellfire missile and then just be like, I'm A-okay, and keep going. I think that's insane. But I have a fun news story, but Bill sent me a text today. It was like, I have some shit I need to talk about, and I need you to talk about it because I want to know so bad.
Okay. So I'm going to go rapid fire through some of the stuff that we've seen. Obviously, we already know about Charlie Kirk. One of the other big things is what's going on in Nepal right now.
Okay.
They have burnt down their parliament building, and this is largely spurned from the fact that there was Gen Z was like, hey, you're censoring us by trying to get rid of TikTok and Facebook, and pretty much all of the means of social media have been shut down. And it was stemming from the fact that there's a great disparity between the common people and the nepo babies of like the people who are in charge. And the prime minister stepped down. I think another person had literally been flogged by people.
Pretty metal.
Yeah.
Nepal has been dealing with a lot of corruption in general in their government for years. Can't say I'm surprised that the parliament got burned down.
Yeah.
I saw a video of that actually just less than an hour ago, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, no.
Look at
that has been one of the big things that I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. That's also, I won't go through every single one of them, but that's also joined by the fact that there was protests ongoing right now in Indonesia, Greece, Bangladesh, Georgia, Argentina, and Serbia, and the Philippines. All of that is happening right now. Another major thing that had happened, obviously, that ties into the alien piece is NASA's Perseverance rover has analyzed a Martian rock in the Sapphire Canyon that has minerals that on Earth are often only found when with microbial activity. It's not a definitive confirmation, but this is like some of the most high level stuff. And as soon as a sample on Mars is able to return to Earth, which to my knowledge, I don't know if we've ever done that, that will give us the conclusive information. Additionally, there was 19 drones shot down in Poland that had came from Russia.
Yep.
And many people are believing that this was Russia's attempt to try and probe our defenses to see if there were any vulnerabilities, because there's a region between Kaliningrad, Lithuania, Poland, and Belarus, which is called the Suwalki Gap, which is this area that if they were able to control would allow them to have uninhibited access to like the Nordic area up there, so that they can be able to forward project their forces. So that had prompted Article 4, not Article 5, but Article 4, which is basically the groundwork where if further aggression takes place, they can then enact Article 5, which had been enacted after everything happened with 9/11 and Afghanistan. That prompted many countries to jump there and join us. There's also obviously the ice raid that happened at the Hyundai EV plant that had prompted a diplomatic incident. Greta Thunberg's boat.
Yes.
Yes.
I fucking saw that.
Yes.
Was striked, right?
Yeah, it was struck by a drone, and Tunisia has denied responsibility. There also was the Trump dinner that had been interrupted by protest. You see you laughing over there. There was that. There's also the Ukrainian refugee who had been stabbed.
Yeah.
And there's also some stuff that has came out of the Supreme Court that is somewhat alarming. There's the Israeli strike in Doha, which for me, that was pretty crazy when I learned about that, because I had been at Al Udeid. That was the place that was targeted by Iran after the strikes on their nuclear sites. That's a pretty big deal, because Qatar acts kind of like a Switzerland in a way for various like Islamists, various Middle Eastern governments, the U.S., and all these different interests, because it's usually open ground for people to be able to meet. And there had been prominent people from the Taliban that had been there prior to, during, and since everything with our pullout out of Afghanistan. And I'd say really the only other real big thing that is worth noting is the Ethiopia had inaugurated their largest hydro power dam. It's known as the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. The significance of that is it's been ongoing for over a decade, them building it, but it's going to control the flow of water on the Nile. So that's making Sudan, South Sudan, Egypt, somewhat, I would say, Somalia and Eritrea all kind of get a little bit hasty with their interactions with Ethiopia, because it's a gigantic power dynamic. Because just like with a lot of different places, I think of Dune, where if you control spice, you control it all.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to the
water,
when it comes to the water, Ethiopia holding on to that is going to cause a whole bunch of geopolitical things. And then, last but not least, there was a school shooting that happened in Colorado today as well. And that pretty much wraps up everything that I know of that has happened today. But like, I'm just amazed at the fact of everything that has transpired today.
So everything's going good, right?
Yeah, everything's great.
No notes.
The past couple days have been really, really weird.
Yes, I agree.
Have you seen the protests that are happening in Portland at the ICE facility?
Well, I mean, I live like half a mile from there, so I know of the protest. But has something new happened?
I mean, I've just been seeing videos where they're just kind of like, they're not doing anything other than just like, there was a man with like, the little finger hands. He's like just going like this.
Oh yeah.
To the officer as he's like standing there. It's the funniest shit. Like
I saw
it's been pretty peaceful down there actually. Like as of late, it's been very peaceful, and it's just really funny to see these videos come out where they're like.
You mean to tell me that Portland isn't a giant shit show? Like
some would say.
I mean, that's obviously subjective, but like they talk about like it's like Fallujah over here, and I'm like no, it's pretty nice.
It's actually I was down there today because I had to take the animals to the vet, and I was like, it's super nice out here. Like it's pretty chill.
I did see a video from one of the ICE protests where a member of the other political spectrum, I won't say obviously where they align because I don't really know, but they were kind of arguing back and forth with the protesters, and she pulled that pepper spray. And the guy was like, "You're gonna pepper spray us? You're fucking weird, lady." And was kind of roasting her. And she goes to pepper spray, but it was backwards.
Oh,
and just
buddy.
pepper sprays herself. And she's like, "Oh fuck!" Starts like putting water in her eyes.
Oh my god.
They're like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah,
you're an idiot.
I think my favorite thing I've seen out of the protests though is like the chants that they're doing. Because DHS is out there right now, and so as they're backing away, they're just yelling out, "DHS doesn't have sex." Repeatedly at them, and I just thought that was like the funniest shit ever.
I feel like when you go and approach things like with that, where it's like almost like meme humor, like it makes the seriousness of what the other person is doing seem null and void, because it's like, I don't even take you serious, bro. Like I get what you're doing, I get all that, but like, you don't have sex. Like that fucks. But yeah, no, man. We're doing well for right now, and there's a whole hell of a lot that's going on.
Yeah, everything's good in the world.
There's a lot happening.
Everything's good in the world if you just close your eyes and cover your ears and pretend it doesn't happen.
Look at the wall.
Yeah.
Like...
I probably don't do that. Infrastructure's bad in this country. Anyway.
Look at this particular wall, and then you're good.
It's going okay. I have a fun news story to talk about.
I'm ready for it.
Let's bring that. This is a little bit older, but I saw this and I just thought it was awesome. So this comes from NBC News. Hikers experienced debilitating high from magic mushrooms rescued from New York wilderness. So 4 hikers were rescued by officials after admitted they had consumed magic mushrooms and were suffering from a debilitating high. The New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Forest Rangers, shorten that bitch down, said that its rangers and local firefighters rescued hikers in the Slide Mountain Wilderness, a park about 20 miles west of Woodstock on August 29th. Quote, the original caller admitted the group had consumed mushrooms and one of them was experiencing a debilitating high. Rangers and firefighters located the group of hikers and escorted them to the trailhead where they were evaluated by an ambulance.
Wow.
You ever get so high you had to get rescued by the fire department?
No.
That is rookie league there, bro. Like, I feel like if I had the chance to go and on a fantastic voyage like that, I'd probably just be like, wow, this is really cool. I'm having a great time right now.
I mean, to be fair, anything could set you off into a bad trip, but...
That is true. That is very true. That is very true. But I try to make sure that I've got a trip setter or I am the trip setter because I feel like I am like the shaman that you never knew that you needed. And like, we'll go and have a great old time.
There was a time... years ago, me and Taylor were taking magic mushrooms, and there was basically the one big square was equal to a gram.
Okay,
and so there were 4 squares.
Yeah,
and we're just eating these, and we're things are moving, tripping.
Yeah,
and Taylor's like, "How many of you had?" And I was like, 16.
Oh my god!
Which is equal to about like 4.5 grams or 6.5 grams.
Oh, dude,
and it's called a hero dose.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, you're done." I go, "Oh, believe me, I'm fucking done." and so I'm laying in bed, and we have a painting of our dog Zara who passed away, and her head starts coming out of the wall. It's like shape shifting, all horrible, and I was like, "Oh my god," and then like clarity comes in, and it's just like, "Hey, you're in a safe place. Everything is fine. Like nothing's gonna happen to you." And I was like, you know what, brain? You're right. And this little voice back then goes, "Now sink." And it was like, you ever been to Disneyland? Gone to the Haunted Mansion?
Dude, I have been to Disneyland, but I had a bad time. It wasn't the happiest place on earth for me.
Oh, no.
Well, in the Haunted Mansion, the walls right up. That's what happened to me, but instantly.
Whoa.
It was awesome.
The one time that I think about it, when I think he knows where the story's going, about magic mushrooms is he was trying to go to bed and the cat was being the cat, and knocking stuff over and just being a menace. And I was laying in bed, the cat's being the cat, and he grabs the cat and he's like scolding the cat, which first of all, scolding cats never works.
Never works.
Sure.
Never works. But like
being an asshole.
He was. And I wasn't trying to laugh at Fred, but it was very funny to watch him have the cat like this, little arms sticking out. Yeah. And he's like scolding this cat, and I'm just watching, and I'm dying laughing. And he's like, "What are you laughing about?" And I was like, I don't know.
I thought you were gonna be like, it was on one of the things we do for our anniversary every year is that we usually get drunk or would take magic mushrooms.
Okay.
We usually make like a dinner for one another.
Nice.
And one year I made like, fucking steak and shit and whatever, and I had mushrooms, and so we took a bunch of mushrooms, and like halfway through eating my steak, I was watching it go like across my plate, and so I was like, I'm done. So I go, and I'm like, I'm gonna go chill out before it like fully hits.
Yeah.
And I hear her from the other room describing this to her mom, and she goes,
"Okay, so my mom is."
She goes like, "Oh, just hit," and she goes like, "Oh, what's it feel like?" Andrew's like, you know that one scene from Jaws?
The dolly.
Where Sharon Brody's sitting on the beach and the shark attack, and it's that like reverse zoom shot. That's what my body just did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the dolly, the very iconic dolly shot. Yeah, that's what happened in like real time.
I thought it was either you were gonna mention that or the fact that you came in with the cat one time, you were holding him the exact same way, and you're like, the cat's glowing.
The cat's glowing.
Yeah.
Well,
my cat doesn't really like when we take.
Well, the thing I was gonna say there is I feel like many of my interactions with animals, I feel like time and time again, especially if I'm in that state of mind, I'm kind of like, what the fuck are you? Like, what are you? What are you doing?
What are you?
And speaking to that steak bit, the last time I was in the Redwoods, I had gone to Denny's while on mushrooms.
Oh.
That sounds like a great story.
No,
I don't know.
Sounds awful.
Well, I mean, it was awful because I was eating a burger and halfway through, I just saw how greasy it was, and I started to assume that it was like blood, and I was like, oh my God, like, is this like what it's like to be a vegetarian? Because like I was just like shocked by it. I thought it was like biting into something that was alive. But you know, here's Bill's bite-size bit. When I think of mushrooms, I've actually talked about this, that I don't oftentimes have bad trips. More often than not, I have great ones because I will very oftentimes get freaky. And secondly, I will amp it up with some gas station boner pills, and that's a great fucking time. I swear by it.
You need to go talk to a cardiologist immediately. I don't know if you've scheduled that, but you need to do it. So, this week, we travel to the South to talk about their ghosts and ghouls.
Ooh.
For the first time in a long while. Welcome to Most Haunted State series.
Ooh.
This is Most Haunted South Carolina.
Wow.
So, for those of you who are first time watching a Most Haunted State series, and
honestly,
this
was an episode to fucking choose.
Yeah,
like with this whole like 20-minute intro of just everything. This was an episode.
And if you skipped all of it, don't worry, everything's fine. If you've never seen a Most Haunted State episode, never participated in a Most Haunted State episode, basically what I do is I go and I find out the most haunted places in every state, and we're checking off the list.
Okay.
Today with South Carolina. So we're going to start today with the Hermitage in Murrells Inlet. So, in 1849, a wealthy doctor named Allard Flagg moved into the Hermitage and invited his sister Alice to come live with him. And it weirdly say his beautiful sister, if that's what he thought about his sister. Like my beautiful sister. Alice fell hopelessly in love with a young lumberman, but her brother did not approve of the match and sent Alice's lover away, basically being like, absolutely not. Alice was naturally angry at her brother's interference and continued to meet the lumberman in secret. However, when Dr. Flagg learned of the couple's secret engagement, he sent Alice off to a boarding school in Charleston. She fell ill with malaria and died soon after her brother brought her home to the Hermitage. When Dr. Flagg discovered the engagement ring in a ribbon around his sister's neck, he threw it into the marsh. This meant that Alice was buried without her most treasured possessions, and explains why her ghost is now seen leaving the Hermitage and walking to her grave in All Saints Cemetery, all the while clutching her chest where her ring once nestled.
Ooh.
She's also been seen wandering the marsh in the middle of the night, searching for her lost ring.
Oh.
Fucking spooky, right?
Yeah.
Let's ramp it up. A place called Seven Devils Bridge.
Oh. Way crazier than Six Devils Bridge.
It's a sequel. It's the double sequel to Five Devils Bridge.
Not as crazy as Eight Devils Bridge.
Well, this is the prequel to that.
Oh,
that's what
okay.
I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as crazy.
That's the one that went straight to DVD. Never hit theaters.
VHS, like.
Devil's Bridge in theaters. The rest of them definitely direct to DVD. The further it goes down, the back in technology it goes. This was definitely on like fucking like the 8mm like fucking.
Oh yes.
Like it was like a piano. It was like
Black and white.
I've seen the
like-
devil. And there are 7 of them on a bridge. Anyway. Seven Devils Bridge is definitely one of the most haunted places in South Carolina, and it is believed to be because of the restless spirits of 7 people who were hanged from the bridge.
Ooh.
It is said that these 7 ghosts haunt the bridge at midnight each night, and no living person is able to cross the bridge unharmed after midnight or at midnight. Those who have attempted to cross the bridge during the witching hour have all experienced a manner of terrifying experiences, with most ending up broken down and screaming in horror.
You know what? Give me like 3 Cutwaters. I'll do it.
I don't hear no fucking bell, ghost. You piece of shit. Just throw
I'll try it.
Does the ghost be like, you should not have trespassed here? And I'd like, dunk, just hit him with a beer bottle. Oh, fuck. Like, yeah,
That's what you get, you loser.
Go on, get.
I'll line that bitch in salt and iron just so you feel it, you fucking dork.
I'll try it.
The living is starting to really piss me off. They really. Is there a mark on my face? Like, you don't have a face. Like, oh.
It's like Ghostbusters South. Like, come here, boy.
Come here, boy. There's something strange down in the holler. Who are we gonna call?
Them
Taylor on 3
ghost
Cutwaters.
bros.
That too.
Taylor have 3 Cutwaters. I hear no bell. So there is a thing here about Charleston, which the whole back half of this episode will be about Charleston, South Carolina, because it's fucking haunted. Mm-hmm. But there's a place called the Admiral's House in Charleston, South Carolina, that was built in 1905, and it's considered one of the most haunted places in America. It was built in the early part of the 20th century and has had a history of slavery and torture. Naturally.
Tracks
The-
from the South.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
surprise.
Wow, the South? Someone tell the media.
Never. Yeah. Just wait until CNN hears about this. The most common report of paranormal activity on the property relates did that get you? Relates to that of a ghost of a small slave girl who was often spotted in a clump of trees on the property. Like she just appears in the night.
Oh.
Just kind of going through, and that's kind of a lot of the apparitions I tend to see in the South, of just brief glimpses of time of these people that are just reliving. We call them residual energies,
Yeah.
right? Just somebody reliving the same day over and over again.
It's like a really bad Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, like, I can't even imagine the
Like-
remake with Bill Murray. He's dead, and it's like he's just reliving the last day of his life over and over again.
That sounds awful.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, at least you know how it ends.
I guess.
So there is a place in South Carolina that is a plantation by the name of Baynard.
Hey, I
Plantation.
wonder if there's a connection.
Yeah. It has obviously ghost stories attached to it. It's said that if you visit the ruins of the property after the sun goes down, then you may see or hear the ghostly funeral procession of the former owner, William Baynard, passing by his former home.
Come on, dog. Like, you're playing around. My name is William Bernard. William Baynard? Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Except on my plantation, I got a bunch of white people. No, I'm just kidding. That's why they won't pay the reparations. They're too afraid of what I'll do.
That's becoming a TikTok clip. That might be one of the funniest things I've ever said on this podcast. I would expect that for the doc.
Hey, it's you got to say it, man. It's your line. We'd love to make you laugh.
I'd love to make you laugh. Jesus Christ, man. So There is a place in Louisville, Kentucky, in the greater area. And I know we're talking about Kentucky for a moment, but stay with me. Known by the name of Waverly Hills. Do you know about Waverly Hills?
No, I do not.
Waverly Hills Sanatorium was a sanatorium created to treat those with tuberculosis, right?
Okay.
And it, within inside of its walls, I believe it opened in 1906 and then it operated for like 20 years, 30 years, something like that. 63,000 people died inside this building. It's considered one of the most haunted, if not the most haunted place in America. There is a place in Greenville, South Carolina, called the Greenville Tuberculosis Hospital.
Did they do the same thing where they were like, I know you got tuberculosis, but your friends and family can come visit, and then they get to go home.
Oh, yeah, no, that was actually one thing about Waverly Hills, is that they had visiting days.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
People with TB that were infected would meet with their families get infected, go home and infect the town, and then the cycle. That's why 63,000 people died there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, this fresh air I don't seem to be doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like literal populations of cities have died in this building.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And Taylor brought up the fresh air thing. I know we're getting off track, but the whole fresh air thing for Waverly Hills, they had sections where they'd wheel people out, basically kind of like in an open air area that was covered, right? And they'd wheel them out to get the fresh mountain air of Kentucky, because they believed the fresh mountain air of Kentucky was good for the lungs, right? But they did it year round. So during the winter. So people get pneumonia and then TB and then they would just die.
Oh my God.
Anyway, this place is just as bad. So Greenville Tuberculosis Hospital in Greenville, South Carolina, started out as a hospital for tuberculosis patients. But then guess what it turned into? Any guesses?
A mental health asylum.
Correct. So the Greenville Tuberculosis Hospital also served as an insane asylum. And then a prisoner release site over its lifetime. So it's not really surprising that anyone, like, there's spooky tales to be attached to it, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. So it is a very popular spot for paranormal investigators, as you might imagine, who have captured, even recorded some like disembodied voices, whether it's been EVP or on video. They've also recorded noises such as banging, screaming, the clanging of bells. And the clanging of bells, if I had to guess, would be what that was probably attached to the hospital beds of the patients, because that's kind of what they did during Waverly Hills. Just ring a bell, right?
Back in the day, for the fight ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because back in the day,
fight me.
back in the day, you couldn't, just press a button and it would go to like a center where the nurses are hanging out and they were like, hey, how can we help? No. So on top of that, the hospital also is long gone, having burned down some years ago, but the area is now a park.
Oh, good.
I'm not going there unless I have to.
We're taking you.
You're taking me? Okay.
When HGO goes on tour, we're going to Greenville, South Carolina. We're going, and
the like free movie nights in the park. It's that, but instead it's all ghosts.
It'd be awesome. We'll show them cars too. But it's now a local park, and locals and visitors now see shadow figures walking around and even straying into nearby homes.
Oh.
Like, this area is haunted. The building may be gone, but the ghosts remain in Greenville, South Carolina. Everybody's reaction to that is like, very, like, what the fuck? Like, it's pretty fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, some of those are probably like, some of the ghosts are probably just old residents of the area,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So, who's to say they're all from the asylum,
or the fact that it was a prison release program, or the fact that it was a tuberculosis place? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna probably guess it was probably from one of those three.
It could just also be Martha from down the street.
Hello, I'm still here.
Nobody comes to visit me.
No one wants to knock the cobwebs off this pussy.
Sorry, got a little ahead of myself there.
How you got caught in Charlotte's Web? A true story.
Ew. God.
There is a pig involved.
Ew.
This podcast is going off the rails. I was just gonna mention the fact that like the fact that it burned down and they put a park on top of it is not the first time I've heard something like this. We have talked about it previously. In San Diego, California, there was like any good town. I've made the joke plenty of times. Like any good town in the 1800s that burned down, right? And the Catholic Church had this massive cemetery, right?
Yeah,
huge, and like fucking 10,000 people buried in this place, right?
Yeah,
huge. Church burns down. They lose a bunch of their records. They lose a lot of their shit, which sucks for those people that go there, right? And so the Catholic Church goes like, all right, this is fucking too much. Like, we're just gonna pick up everybody. We're gonna move them across town, set up in a new place, and just start again. You ever seen Poltergeist? You know how they say they hope they move more than the headstones? They didn't. So when the city got the land, they decided to develop it into a park and then residential housing, and they found human remains. And guess what? There's like, they only know the names of like 5,000 that are buried in this place. And it's a park. It has like swings and shit. Like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's like a big park too, isn't it? It's starts with a B, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know, somewhere in fucking San Diego.
Something like that. But yeah,
it's a huge park. Like,
yeah. And if you want to hear more about that, San Diego Old Town Ghost Tour is one of our dear friends, Mike. He does that. And if you're in San Diego, go do his tour. He'll talk about it. But let's continue on our story. We're going to go stay in Charleston here. And we're going to talk about a place known as the White Point Gardens. So it is also known as the Battery. And the gardens is said to be haunted by the spirits of countless pirates who were hanged there. Like, what the fuck, Bill? I'm trying to set a scene here.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about ghost pirates.
he chose the wrong time to open his sprat.
Yeah, so people see, like, they hear noises. It's the typical, like, hear noises, things move, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they see apparitions of fucking pirates.
Oh.
Like,
Okay.
Not like a dude in a Party City outfit, like, arr. Like, no, I'm talking.
That was so great.
Arr,
Arr.
like, I'm gonna get ya. But I'm talking like Blackbeard, like fucking pirate.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
Like, bring me that fucking booty, bitch. Blackbeard.
some jokes I can't make, and I'm so glad Bill's here because I believe me.
That's what I do.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it. It popped into my head. But yeah,
That's another TikTok clip right there.
Dude, like, it's fucking insane. We'll go to Sumner. So about the Salem Black River Church, which is a fucking metal name for
Yeah, that does sound pretty dope.
Salem Black River Church, partner. Was built back in 1846 and said to be the home of several different ghosts. One of the ghosts is said to be that of a specter of a Southern belle. Naturally. Another is a very sad little boy, often seen sobbing, which, I don't know, give him like a fucking like Nintendo Switch or something.
Yeah.
And it is also said to be haunted by a priest whose entire family is wiped out by the plague.
Oh.
Metal.
At the
Is it metal?
Yes.
fucking metal, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's fucking metal. Dude.
Yeah.
Fucking sick. At the back of the church is a small building where people have experienced cold spots, seen lights flickering, and even had encounters with the shadowy figure of a man who might be the priest in question.
Ooh.
Now, you may be thinking there's a joke to be had about why a little boy's crying in a church and there's a priest walking around, but I'm just going to leave that where it is. So,
I just want to say this really quick. If it's a ghost of a priest, my question is this: if he believed, why did he not go to heaven?
oh yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, ooh, that's a very good question.
That's a very good question.
Let's just stop the podcast and talk about that. We're 40 minutes in. I'm not even halfway through. Let's just do that.
We spent a good minute talking about
Yeah.
everything else.
That's a very good question. There are some priests who are they may be the face of their certain denomination, but aren't in fact believers. Prime example of that would be down in Southern Oregon. There's a famous church that's down there that is supposedly haunted by a priest who was actually doing black magic. So I forget the name of it, but
Is it the one without like it's that really little town that I feel like starts with like a W or some shit like that?
yeah, Widowtown.
Yeah, it's the little
It's the
town.
tiniest town in all the land.
It's like it's completely abandoned, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So as we continue down our haunt here, we're going to head to the Cypress Garden Ruins and Monarch's Corner. What is unique about this spot is that the ruins are not actually real. They are man-made ruins left over from the filming of the movie The Patriot, starring Mel Gibson.
Are you serious? I want to go and see it just because I watched that movie so many damn times. I'm not even a Mel Gibson fan.
It's a fucking good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
good movie.
I loved it.
Just don't look at like anything else that he's done. But like that movie is phenomenal.
Yes.
Like it's pretty fucking gritty for what it is. Like it's super gnarly. But that doesn't mean the fact that it's real doesn't mean like it's not real doesn't mean that there's not haunted. It is said that from time to time a strange figure can be seen standing in the middle of the swamp, and some people say there are strange noises and an eerie feeling of like almost like doom as you pass by like the fake ruins. And like, is that just coincidence that maybe they set something up and it pissed off an elemental spirit and it's here, or did like somebody accidentally bring a fucking ghost with them during the filming of The Patriot?
I don't
My bad, guys. My bad.
My bad, dude.
My bad. Might have brought Steve from my house.
Look, how goes?
He's not very happy about it. Sorry.
So they're down in wherever in Santee, South Carolina. There was a place simply known as the Abandoned Mansion. Nobody seems to know when like the house was built or who lived there or why it was abandoned. There's no government records on this house, but like whatever. People have reported seeing lights flickering in the upstairs windows as they pass by.
There's no government records.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. You gotta think about how old some of these houses are, and then
Well,
not
but
only the fact
usually
of
there's
that,
like a track of something.
but like not only that, but there's a fact of like a lot of like prominent cities in the South during the Civil War got fucking burned to the ground. You know,
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they lost records.
That's fair, I guess. I was gonna say because like we have some old ass buildings here in Portland, and we have record of like at least when they were built. Maybe not who owned them. Or
Yeah, it's gonna be stamped on the side of the fucking building. But that's a building. These are houses.
Well, like
yeah.
even some of the
mansion.
houses though.
Whatever, dude.
Some of the old houses.
You're asking the wrong person. Call your fucking congressman. All right.
I'm calling South Carolina congressman. I need to know.
Hey, brother.
When the fuck was this mansion built?
We'll get right on that after we deal with
Everything else.
everything else. So we're gonna travel to Spartanburg, South Carolina.
That's
to-
a cool name.
It's a fucking a lot of cool names. To talk about
This is Sparta.
Spartanburg, South Carolina.
You almost said California.
California. To talk about a place known as Oakwood Cemetery, as it's officially known, but to locals is known as Hell's Gate.
Uh-oh.
Many visitors say that their cell phones start to act erratically in the cemetery for no apparent reason, and I've actually had this happen to me. I had my phone fucking killed by a cemetery one time.
What?
And I'll talk about it after this briefly, but batteries drain or the phone will begin to ring when there's no incoming call, which is very strange. People have even managed to answer these phantom calls only to be met with a busy tone on the other line.
That's fucking freaky.
Those who have visited after dark have seen strange lights and mysterious mists that seem to shroud the ground. Others have reported something a little more terrifying, in my opinion, and that is the laughter of small children echoing near the cemetery burial ground.
So before I say it again, I don't fuck with kids.
No.
Specifically kid ghosts. I want to make that clear.
You're not gonna like this next place either, then.
Oh goody! I don't like kid ghosts.
No, they're well.
Okay, listen, some kid ghosts are not bad.
Yeah.
However,
The one in the Cosmopolitan,
But all
he's a great kid.
super cool. But there's too many
Yes.
bad connotations with child ghosts. So I genuinely I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, Bill. As you continue on this journey with us with the podcast, I'm teaching you more and more stuff about the paranormal world, and I'll for those of you who are long-term listeners, I've talked about it before, but I don't say the word demonic entity because I don't like to attach a specific religion to it.
Sure.
I usually say positive intent or negative intent, right? There's usually one or the other.
Yeah.
Right. There's never really a neutral kind of thing, unless
Right.
it's like a residual energy, right? That's kind of in the middle, but it also kind of depends. So like a negative intent energy, I like to classify it in 3 different forms, right? Form 1 would be class 1 would be like a dark shadow figure, the feeling of doom, like that kind of feeling of like you're seeing something dark and kind of evil, right? A second class entity would be that of a children-like entity it's a dark entity masking as a child.
Yeah.
Which is they usually do that to try to kind of gain your trust and your confidence, right? Being like, I'm not scary, I'm just a little kid, but in reality there's something much darker. And then the third one would be like the classification 3, which some people have described as like the Hat Man or the devil or things like that.
Man in the black rim hat.
The man in the black rim hat. It is something that is elevated, that is in charge of the other two, that people have usually seen accompanied by the other two, but they react to its presence as if it is their boss.
Yeah.
And so with childlike entities, it's fucking weird because it could really be one way or the other. You don't really know. So we did a whole episode about black-eyed kids, which you definitely go listen to because it's fucking weird, but they're scary. And that happened I think it was in Portland.
Which one?
One of the black-eyed kids.
Oh yeah, they're. I think I wrote that.
I think
Fuck,
when
it's been a minute. I want to say yes. There was some instances in Portland somewhere like kids like knocking on someone's door and then opening it, and it's.
I remember this because the very first episode I was on, you guys were talking about that.
Yeah.
That and I think it was the crawlers or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you guys.
I don't ever want to see a crawler again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't like
I remember you bringing that up, and I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. But like to think about it, I'm like, it makes sense. It makes sense about the childlike entities where it's like you don't really know because it's like the joke I was thinking in my head was. Maybe it's similar to like Roblox or something because you don't really know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm 15.
yeah, it's never a good thing when you involve kids, but just in general, that's one of those things that's like really especially fucked up because of the fact that it's like everybody has this perception of innocence of children, like You could be a shitty kid, but it's like nobody wants to fault you for being a shitty kid.
Yeah.
They want to take care of you and to
help you not be a shitty kid.
Yeah, help you not be a shitty kid. But it's like if you're a kid ghost, I mean, either you could be a shitty kid forever, or you're not a shitty kid at all, and you're actually like some fucking horrible beast that's trying to get after you.
Yeah, and to circle back about the phones not working, I won't give out the information on the podcast. If you see me out in the world, you want to ask about it, then I'll probably tell you. But there was a place in Oregon that I visited years ago to go investigate. There was actually going to be 2 cemeteries in one night. That was kind of the plan, right? To go investigate one place and go investigate the other place. And so what we do beforehand, we'd go in the daylight, we pre-scout it to kind of see like, conditions, like, hey, is it going to be really worth our time to go to this place? And this place is known to have a supposed witch buried. And I get these things that I've experienced since I was a kid. And I've talked to people who have a similar ability. My friend Mike, who does San Diego Old Town Ghost Tours, he calls them flashes, and it's like just as if you blink your eyes, and you're getting all this information into your head of like there is somebody here, and I can physically see it.
Yeah.
And he and I didn't think that what I was experiencing was necessarily like real. It's like maybe I'm just tired or whatever. But then he would be able to say like, oh yeah, no, I just saw XYZ, and that's exactly what I just saw. Like shit like that. And I saw that of a woman standing outside the cemetery, and she was very sad, and she was kind of rotted and decrepit, and trying to have this dark look about her. But Wesley wasn't very scary, and I was like, oh, your grave's covered up somewhere. And so I searched the cemetery and I couldn't find it. And then eventually found a bunch of tree branches that fell down, and I picked them up, and her grave was underneath there. And I just had this kind of feeling of like, we cleaned it off, made it look nice. And I was like, you know what? Like, I might come back tonight, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I really want to come back. Like, not because like I don't want to like piss you off. It's mainly just like, I don't know. I think you're just like, maybe if I do want to come back, maybe you'll be happy that I'm going to visit you, but I can't really tell. And the other place we went and visited, we got out of the truck, and we're walking like, it's like an eighth of a mile uphill. And I have this on video somewhere. It's on one of my drives. And I get this feeling of doom.
Okay.
And I've only gotten that feeling a couple of times while ghost hunting, and it usually ends with something horrible happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I tell my buddy, I'm like, dude, I don't want to go up here. Like, there's something waiting for us at the end of this path.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, you're just being paranoid. I'm like, no, there's something waiting for us at the end of the path. We get to the end of the path, and at the edge of the cemetery is a Ouija board. And
what the fuck?
He starts to wig out, and he's like, how did you know that was there? And I was like, I've been telling you since the moment we got out of that truck. I knew it was there. I knew something was waiting for us. And we start walking around the cemetery, and we kind of split off, and he comes right up to me and goes, there's something in the woods. And I was like, we're leaving. And I get some quick videos and stuff like that. And I get some quick videos of the place, and we're like, well, let's go get a beer at a place. We'll reevaluate what our plan is for this evening, if we really want to go back there or not. And we're sitting at this bar, and I start to hear my own voice. I look down, my phone is locked. It's like this. And a video starts to play on my phone of my voice from the cemetery, from the first one. Simultaneously, the second video plays, and then the third, then the fourth, then the fifth, and it continues on until all the videos are playing at once. And then my phone just shuts off, and it never turned back on. So, yeah, isn't that a fun story?
Yeah, no, I had thought that in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, if you get these feelings of doom and we finally go out and do some ghost hunting, if I don't come back as the resident black guy who dies first in the movie, well, will you guys come and talk to me?
Oh,
like
yeah.
that'd be very heartwarming for me.
I'm gonna conjure you directly into this house. You're gonna be part of the podcast.
How's it going? How's it going, guys? We got more crazy stories.
Did you know you still need a poop as a ghost?
Still standing up.
Yeah. This episode's super off track, and I do apologize, but just another quick story I want to tell you.
Yes.
This is fun, because we're talking about children entities, and the next story we're going to talk about is that of Crybaby Bridge in Anderson, South Carolina, which it says if you stop on the bridge at night and you turn your engine off, you'll be able to hear the disembodied cries of a crying baby, and you may also see the specter of a baby's mother walking along the bridge searching for her child. Ooh. So this brings us back, like I said before, about childlike entities. I personally have never experienced a negative childlike entity. Okay. And one of the most positive ones I experienced was with Mike in San Diego, California. Taylor was with me, and we were filming his ghost tour, right? And I walk into this room to get some B-roll shots, and I'm just kind of panning left to right, and it's fucking dark. Like, it's dark. And yeah. Can't see anything. The only light's coming in from the outside. And I'm panning left to right. And out of the corner of my eye down here, basically where this is at, I see a little boy in blue pajamas. He has brown hair, and he's trying to untie my shoes. And I was like, whose fucking kid is this? That is like on this. First of all, because it's also a hotel. Yeah. So like, whose fucking kid is this? And why is he trying to untie my shoes? And then I'm like, what the fuck is he glowing? And I'm like, oh. And so I'm like, all right, on the count of three, I'm going to pan down and film it. 1, 2, 3. And I pan down in the video. If you see an orb materialize and fly off screen. And I go up to him and I'm like, hey man, I just had the weirdest experience. He goes, oh, little boy in blue pajamas trying to untie your shoes. I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah, you told me. So we went back there. We saw the cowboy. Remember the cowboy?
Yeah.
Saw the cowboy, which was another resident spirit of that place. But I could feel that little kid come up and touch my hand, like hold my hand. Could feel his little fingers he was holding on my hand. Super weird. Anyway, let's continue on with South Carolina. Start talking about our own personal stories.
We have a whole episode on that.
We do. This is in Columbia, South Carolina, and it's known as the South Carolina Lunatic Asylum.
Okay.
So it is also known as the Bull Street District. It is a historic location in Columbia, South Carolina, and obviously known for its unsettling history and hauntings. The asylum was established in 1821 and was one of the first public mental health institutions in the United States. Like most of its time, it had a reputation for being overcrowded and understaffed, leading to inhumane treatment of patients. Fucking shocker. The facility's records indicate that there were numerous cases of patient abuse and neglect, and many patients were subjected to inhumane treatments such as ice baths and electric shock therapy. You familiar with ice bath therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, just it's fucking freezing cold water and they just like lock them in there.
Yeah, they had that, and then they had also like the scalding hot ones.
Yep, and so imagine you just get frozen and they bring out to shock your fucking brain meat. That's what they do. Also, the guy who invented lobotomies wasn't a medical doctor. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Some of the patients were raped, tortured just for the fuck of it. Like they just did that. Patients were often restrained for long periods of time, and some were even left to die in the restraints.
Yeah.
Many visitors to the district have reported strange phenomena, including disembodied screams, moans, oh fuck, shadow figures, and unexplained and cold spots. I had to do that.
That was so fucking good.
you're like going through a place, get your flashlight. You're like, guys, it's fucking creepy in here, and it's like, you guys hear that? Oh fuck! Like, oh shit! Like,
Be like, do you need some time? Like, I'll shut the door.
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna walk this one off. So the most famous ghost of the asylum is bad to be with a former patient named Mary, who died in the asylum in the 1850s. Mary is said to appear as a white mist or a full-bodied apparition, and is often seen wandering the halls of the old asylum. Other notable ghosts at the asylum include that of a man in a straitjacket who is seen pacing back and forth in one of the old cell blocks. Yes, I said the word cell blocks. A woman who has been seen wandering the grounds, and the ghost of several former staff members who is said to haunt the administrative offices. Yeah.
That is.
Let's go.
That is wild. I mean, like, my thing that I was just thinking about. Shit, never mind. We'll just press on and it'll come back.
Okay.
Did you forget it?
Yes, it was a fleeting ghost that went down the many hallways. I remembered exactly what it was. So everything you described there, obviously, is a horror story on its own. And then for that to be compiled into a place of that sort of significance, it's pretty terrible. And I can tell you, seeing as how I'm a caregiver, that is exactly why they have as many fucking rules in place when it comes to dealing with people, because that shit happens all the time still, and they work so hard to prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
I guess I put this in the wrong spot, but I had more information about the ghost pirates, which is my bad. I brought that up like the start of the episode. I meant to attach this in there, and I fucking didn't. But
It happens.
yeah, it happens.
How many times have I lost my fucking dock halfway through, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so basically the legend of that place was that there was a pirate named by the name of Drunken Jack who sailed the South Carolina coast in the 1700s. Yeah, infamous for his drinking, gambling, and pirate-filled exploits.
Okay.
Basically, the story goes that he basically evaded the authorities for years, got a bunch of money. They eventually caught him, sentenced to death. He was executed. And he just fucking, Drunken Jack just appears, just walking around.
Well, they say the good die young, and it sounds like he had a hell of a time.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he was Doesn't really say how old he was, but I mean, I can't imagine he was that old. Not a lot of old pirates.
No.
As I found out when I was listening to another famous podcast talking about Blackbeard.
Yeah, pirates weren't very old.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't.
Shocker.
They didn't live very long, so.
Yeah. But let's head to Georgetown, South Carolina to talk about a fucking lighthouse. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, the Georgetown Lighthouse, as it's called, because it's in Georgetown, it's a historic lighthouse that's been guiding ships to the harbor since 1811. The historic lighthouse the original lighthouse was destroyed in 1862 during the little kerfuffle known as the Civil War. Might have heard about it.
I think I heard something about it.
And then, like
once.
a couple years later, like 5 years later, they built a new one in 1869. The Georgetown Lighthouse has a long and storied history, and many tales of haunting have been associated with over the years. The most famous spectacle involved that of a keeper who was killed during the construction of the current lighthouse. It is said that the ghost of the man haunts the lighthouse to this day and has been seen by many people over the years. I love lighthouse ghosts because they're almost always like peaceful entities.
Almost always, yeah.
Almost always. Another haunting is that of people experiencing strange noises, cold spots, and the feeling of being watched. Visitors have reported seeing the ghostly figure of a woman in white walking around the outside of the lighthouse grounds. A woman's spirit is said to linger in this opera house, spotted in a plotting. Sorry, this might almost been copied in the wrong spot. This is also definitely copied in the wrong spot. Ignore that. Anyway. We'll head to Charleston, South Carolina to talk about the old city jail. The old city jail.
Old shitty jail.
Old shitty jail.
Old shitty jail.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Pretty much.
Big golly, I love to make you laugh.
Is known as the Old Charleston Jail for obvious reasons. It was home to some of the most notorious criminals in the 1800s and early 1900s, and there was more than 13,000 prisoners who executed at the jail when it was in operation. That's a lot of fucking people that were
That's
killed.
a lot of people.
Like, I don't know how many the state of Texas is like officially executed over the years. I know it's pretty high.
Sure.
Taylor's going to look it up, but 13,000 is a lot. So the jail is considered one of the most haunted places in all of Charleston, basically by the fact that people have experienced, the usual bouts of disembodied voices, shadow apparitions, and, strange noise, the feeling being watched.
Shoo. The total is 1,344. However, 595 of those have been since the reinstatement of the death penalty in 1976.
God,
so,
is it 500?
almost 600 since
Holy
1976.
That's a lot of fucking people, dude.
Yes.
That's a lot more than I expected. I thought maybe 200.
But the total from 1819 to May 20th of 2025, which is when the last execution was, is 1,344. Not including and then there was that gap where it wasn't.
All right, y'all,
legal.
no killing. Everybody relax a little bit.
It wasn't. They didn't do death penalties for a bit of time, but yeah, so almost 600 since 1976, but a total of 1,344 people.
Whoa.
Since 1812 or 1819.
Just them sitting around after years of not killing, doing anything, and then they're like, you know what, fellas? I think I'm ready to start killing people again.
Yeah. There's too many fucking people in this place. We gotta clean out the herd. Like, yikes.
Go get the big glue trap and set it in the yard. Like, ew, 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 ew. Picking it up. We'll head to a place known as John's Island, also known as Angel Oak. So by the day, Angel Oak is one of Charleston's top tourist attraction, with visitors basking in the beauty of the southern live oak that has been estimated between 500 and 1,500 years old.
Oh.
It's a big old tree.
Yeah.
One of the oldest living trees east of the Rocky Mountains. By night, colorful glowing lights and fiery apparitions of faces that can look part human, part goat, or boar have been reported.
Ooh.
A local couple who was married under the giant tree in 2008 returned to the site on a full moon many months later to recapture the moment in solitude. All around the ancient oak, they saw spirits. They described them as glowing human forms. Around a dozen of them in different hues of light gathered next to the enormous trunk, with several others up in the branches. The husband, delirious by the experience, decided to carve a heart in one of the angel oak's branches with a pocket knife. As he put his blade into the tree, the paranormal display vanished. Then they began to hear things moving in the darkness. His wife naturally asked him to put the knife away when she saw the bright flash of a devilish face that looked like as if it was on fire. Visage, she described as a theater mask, part animal, part human. She spotted one more fiery face moving between the trees as the husband put his blade away, and hurriedly returning to the unpaved Angel Oak Road, they looked back and saw the starry forms reappear.
Oh.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
That's a fun story.
Yeah.
I like that. That's fun. Now we're going to head to some shops.
Oh.
37 Meeting Street in downtown Charleston, South Carolina. Stolen jewelry, visions of human silhouettes, and droning cries for water late at night have marked the haunting of a pirate ghost. Another one.
I love all these pirate ghosts.
Dude, the fucking South is full of these stories. Like, full of them.
Yeah.
You get anywhere near the water, and you start talking about ghosts, there's fucking pirate ghosts everywhere.
Why don't we have pirate ghosts?
Because there wasn't any fucking pirates over here. Man.
That seems
I mean, like, yeah, like just
not okay.
Just thinking about like
there were cities in this area before the U.S. got there. Almost like fucking around.
Yeah, I mean,
Such bunk.
yeah, no, like the thing I was gonna say is it's like I know of the long and storied history of like piracy and stuff like tied to Florida because of the fact that the Spaniards had basically colonies there as long as they had colonies in Havana and like and all of that. But it's like, I think the main reason why you don't see so much more stuff for like Oregon is the fact that we're one of the few places where we do not have a major city that's on our actual ocean coastline. It's like, Coos Bay might be the biggest city that we have that's actually on the Pacific.
Seaside is calling you right now.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about Seaside, but it's like none of these
big of a city.
No,
like, none of these communities are like
you should check your phone.
Egregiously big.
Yeah,
anything.
no, I get you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's strange, but it is said that the spirit has a surprised residence inside the gray Georgian mansion, and in the backyard, appearing as a blurred image of a man with his arms folded across his chest. Since the 18th century, stories of buried treasure have surrounded the prominent home, which in the days of pirates was waterfront property, as the creek, now Water Street, came all the way into what is now Meeting Street. And most of Charleston's pirate treasure tales, the bounty has never been found, neither under the house or in the yard. One eyewitness who grew up there remembers seeing the apparition as a child in the 1970s. The ghost was blamed for jewelry missing from his mother's powder room, which is where they did cocaine. I assume that's what a powder room is for in the 70s. Having been heard creaking along the stairs, quote, while snooping around. The pirate's spirit still lingers, stalking the plot of land where he might have buried his loot centuries ago, or perhaps was hanged, buried beneath the low tide mark.
Oh.
We having fun? You guys having fun talking about ghosts?
I am having fun talking
Yeah,
about ghosts.
no, and I was gonna say I did check it out. Literally every single one of the seaside communities that we have is under 25,000 people. So it's like a smaller population than like downtown Portland.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm going to start a change.org petition to get more ghost pirates on the West Coast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to sign it or?
I mean, like, I would sign it, but I feel like I'd rather just be a pirate. I'd rather
I would
just
sign
be
it,
a
I
pirate.
just don't agree.
I just don't agree. Yeah.
Are you going to sign it or are you just going to?
I think I'm gonna.
I have no supporters.
I think I'm gonna counter argument with that, and I am not gonna sign it. Instead, I am going to sign a petition for more the things that ghost pirates would hate, which would be like water-based entities such as the Kraken to appear.
Oh, yep. I think that would be.
I'll see you in court.
I'll see you in court.
I have so many ops right now. What the fuck is happening? No one is supporting a girl in her dreams, and I think that that's completely unfair.
Well, the life of a ghost pirate, they don't make much time for the gals, but this could be your turn. You could change the narrative on ghost pirates.
I've just been hanging out with the homies, not doing anything super weird. Just sometimes maybe a little kiss here and there.
No. Have y'all tried the saltwater taffy?
Oh, yeah, I love me some saltwater taffy.
You don't want to know where the salt comes from, or how they make the taffy.
Oh, no. I got it. I know where the salt comes from. It comes from all the salty tears of the pirates that got curved, and then they just went out to find theirs. To find their booty out on the open ocean instead of at the sea shanties with all the ladies that were waiting for them.
I was making a cum joke.
Oh!
Yeah, I thought you picked that up. But...
No, I did not. I did not pick that up. That's on me. The cum is on me.
You know what?
Clean up on aisle Bill. All right.
What?
Oh man, pirates. What are we doing?
I need you to vamp for a second.
I'm vamping. I'm doing my best. Bill, what you got? What you got? What you got?
I want them to see my game.
Well, I'd say like for me, okay.
Go ahead.
My thing that I feel like I've been thinking a lot about, other than, the many news stories, me and my whole entire thing about the fucking asteroid comet that's coming, is really just trying to figure out what the next big move is, because it's like, I'm taking a lot of ownership with my life here, and I'm trying to get on track, and so I feel like I want to take you guys up on your challenge to go and do some of the putting myself in the mix of it, because it's like, just like with me, I have a fear of heights. I feel like the only way to get past all of this is to see some real shit, and so that's why
He has a fear of heights. We're taking him on the extreme. Good luck, Bill.
What is the extreme?
Well, we're not going to do this. Let's get back to more hauntings.
Okay.
Right? Let's talk about another cemetery. For fuck's sake, we're talking about South Carolina most haunted.
You don't want to talk about Vegas?
No. Watch our episode with Joey Edwards where we talk about Vegas. So, the Magnolia Cemetery in downtown Charleston, South Carolina. The Iron Gates of the peninsula's Victorian era Magnolia Cemetery is open to a romantic park-like setting with the egret inhabited lagoons, winding dirt roads, and grassy plots near the shade of massive oak trees. There, among thousands of graves, a local seer named Hope found herself drawn to the final resting place of two soulmates whose love story continues near the banks of the Cooper River. The couples, whose names are withheld for courtesy of their family's privacy, has no epitaph, but their dates of birth, marriage, and death overpowers any words. The woman was born in Charleston, September 27, 1861. Her husband to be born on September 27th, 1863, at the Savannah River refugee camp. They obviously married young, had a natural 7 children, as you do in that time, including one set of twins, which is quite surprising. After the woman passed away on their 50th wedding anniversary, her husband grieved in terrifying loneliness during the Great Depression. And it is said, lovers remain in perpetual care in Green Hill, where hope witness the couple's spirits slowly waltzing under the oak's canopy.
Oh, that's cute.
I thought that was very cute. I was like,
I like that.
it's like, can we stop dancing already? I'm fucking tired. Like,
No.
So this next place has a very fun name, and Bill, I'm love to make you laugh, but I would love for you to go and just do a comedy set at the place known as Secessionville Hollows.
Say that.
Secessionville Hollows.
Secessionville Hollows. Well, I can just say that I would probably be in for some real work trying to make that work. If nothing else, I mean, I can't imagine being in an audience that is nothing but like Confederates, and it's like I'm there and I'm having to tell jokes. I don't know how well they would land, but I know that when I went to Savannah, Georgia, I really pissed a lady off when I was looking at the statues, and I was like, "Oh, they're giving out participation medals," and yeah, she was livid. But I was like, "Ah, no, I'm from Kansas. I don't know anything about this."
So, in the dark early morning hours on June 16th, 1862. Union forces launched an attack against the earthwork fort called Tower Battery on James Island. Although the Union troops outnumbered the Confederate foes 3-1, a fierce 3-hour battle ensued, ending with the Federal retreat from the marsh and forested area. The sun rose over the bloody scene to reveal more than 150 bodies and nearly 900 casualties hobbling to the surrounding saltwater creeks, which I imagine felt great on battle wounds.
Yep.
Beyond actual reenactments, the Battle of Secessionville can actually be heard today. A paranormal replay exists in the muddy creeks and the oak leaf hollows of the remnants of the hastily constructed Confederate earthworks. James Island residents and visitors, the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources managed site have reported early morning sounds. The metallic clicks of cannon fire resonate around the M-shaped tower battery at Fort Lamar. Eerie thunks of something entering the creeks, and heavy splashes along the marshy banks as if injured soldiers are fleeing the bloody scene. And that, Bill, would be an example of residual energy.
Okay.
It's a day that never ends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
So we head to the place known as the Brickyard Plantation, Mount Pleasant, also known as the Brick Kiln Ruins. Along the Wampanoag, I probably butchered that creek, near the original Boone Hall plantation, the ruins of a 19th century brick kiln chimney. The standing image of a woman appears on the side of the road, dressed in dark, raggedy clothes as she moves her hands close in, repetitive thrusts as if in a trance.
Oh.
I don't know. The apparition can only be seen at dusk. The longer the sunset, the more pale light passes through her image. All the sightings occur within 20 yards of one another. Because of her proximity to the kiln and creek, it is believed to be the ghost of an enslaved woman who worked at the brickyard in the 18th century.
Yeah.
But like, is it just her stacking? I guess. It said thrusting, so I don't know if it's just sort of lifting something.
I think that makes a lot more sense than to just think that like she was like really excited about like oh yeah, let's do it. Like I can't imagine
Maybe
anything other than like something like that.
They actually got visited by a bunch of dude bros in like from the 90s. And they were like, fucking sweet, dude. And she was like,
I like this. I like this. That makes sense.
I like this. Like, I think I'm going to start doing this all the time. And they're like, okay, ghost lady, you fucking hang loose, dude.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it begs the question: if before the thrusting, what was her like aged out thing that she just kept doing for all eternity before that had happened? Like, is she gonna be like doing like Fortnite dances for like 3,000 years or something?
Whoa. In the whoa. At its peak in this decade before the Civil War, this brickyard was estimated to produce 4 million bricks annually.
Wow.
With that of
Stack your bricks up.
Okay, well, with the labor of a slave from Boone Hall and other
Oh
plantations.
God! Yikes!
Yikes! The constant repetition of molding clay may have been what brought this spirit back to where she expended so much of her life and energy. So I was kind of right.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I'm thinking there was not a lot of career advancement, so naturally that's all she could do forever was just do that. Like there was no job openings or anything else that would have boded well.
Well, Bill, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't think there was a lot of upper management going on for those who were enslaved in the South.
Well, yes, that is very true.
I don't know if you know this or not.
I mean, like there definitely is a term for the slaves that were keeping the slaves in line, but yes, I think you're exactly right about that. I think you're exactly right.
Yeah,
I think you're exactly
I
right.
think so too. So we're gonna head back into downtown Charleston to a hotel.
Okay.
Called the Old Citadel. It's an Embassy Suites Hotel. Amidst happy tourists and business folk bustling around the Embassy Suites Hotel, a gory bit of history dwells. A former spirit roams the halls and rooms of this building, the original Citadel, which was built in 1829 as an arsenal and later became the South Carolina Military Academy. Because of the unchanging style of cadet uniforms, it would be difficult without a detailed investigation to determine what century he hailed from. Yet there is a common denominator to this ghost that the top of his fucking head is gone. It's just gone. There's nothing there. Blow that wig clean off, like fucking done. From various descriptions, whether from stunned housekeepers or the cardiologist who was left screaming in her underwear upon an early morning encounter, it seems that his skull cap was shaved off right above the brow. Senseless lost cadet is known as Half Head, was first documented by paranormal investigator Ed Macy, and has become a celebrity. And the Huffington Post actually declared this ghost made the Embassy Suites the most haunted hotel in the South, which is kind of fun. Which I don't think is necessarily true at all. There is way more haunted places in Savannah, Georgia.
I was gonna say I feel like the Crescent Hotel in Arkansas is pretty haunted too.
Yeah.
Take
that, Huffington Post. Half head ain't got nothing. That's such a fucking crazy name.
No.
Why aren't they?
My top of my head may have been blown off, but I still have ears and feelings.
I feel it. I don't feel much, but I feel that you guys are making fun of me not having a full head.
That one hurt a little bit.
Not
gonna lie.
The worst time is that when someone killed a bird and then its ghost decided to nest in my head. Which, let me tell you, that's a real big whoopsie daisies moment on my behalf. I know I'm supposed to take like fucking cling wrap and just close it up a little bit, but there's a whole nest in there.
It's like, guys, my name's Tom. Can you just call me Tom?
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Some call me Thomas, but not Half Head. That's never been my name.
Whatever you say, Half Head, idiot.
Like, it's starting to get really mean in here, guys.
I get bullied by the other ghosts all the time. They keep sticking things in it. And I'm just imagining a ghost like just getting bullied. They're like sticking like fucking pencils and shit in it. You fucking dork. Anyway, it's a place called Sullivan's Island. between Stella Maris, the Catholic Church, known by mariners as the Star of the Sea, and the still active lighthouse lies a historic Fort Moultrie. Sure, fuck it. Where a pelican bird, part of this world and part of the supernatural, dwells. A fucking ghost bird. The seabird, said to be spirited from the Seminole leader Osacola. Oh, jeez, I'm gonna butcher this. I'm so sorry.
Go full send. Let's hear it.
Osacola.
Yep.
Roams the gravesite with his headdress skeletal remains at the fort. Osacola the Billy Powell was born to a Creek Indian mother and a Scot-Irish father in Alabama in 1804. After the Creek War, he and his mother moved with their tribe to Florida, where they lived among the Seminoles, where who named him Osacola, or Black Drink Crier, after a ceremonial black cassina tea used in ritualistic purge before going into battle. So I imagine that he drank the tea, purged, and then started crying.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing for me if I was crying and drinking a Coca-Cola. But again, I think that might be offensive. I don't know.
Let's give it a shot. No, it's kidding. We're not doing that.
This is brought to you by Coca-Cola.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, I'm sweating. Anyway, he became a war leader against the federal removal of the Seminole from Florida. Osacola was seized at the height of resistance in late October of 1837, while under a flag of truce at the camp of General Thomas Jessup. Sounds like a fucking Thomas Jessup thing to do, to capture a guy during peace. He was later transported to the fort, where he died from a throat infection on January 30th, 1838. There, the attending doctor decapitated the warrior's corpse and embalmed his head for further study. Yep. Passing through many hands, the skull was donated to Medical College of New York and destroyed in a fire in 1865. What did I say? Every fucking major city in the U.S. is burned down in the 1800s.
At least once.
At least once.
Yeah.
Back on Sullivan's, Osacola's spirit bird has been spotted, perched in the palmettos and myrtle thickets along the beachfront, as well as on the fort's grassy embankments and widespread parapets. At first, the pelican appears commonplace, but has been seen in flight, spilling drops of black liquid across the burial grounds.
Ooh.
Bird, I don't know. Maybe it's just a bird bad dumps. I don't know, but it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
We're gonna head to a place in Pinopolis in Berkeley County, known as the Wampy House.
Wampa.
Womp womp.
Boo. Well, it has a well-documented history naturally with any paranormal phenomenon, and it's been called the Wampy House. And in circa 1822, Low County Plantation Home was haunted place in Berkeley County, built in the Wampy Plantation property. That the present house is the third on site, which is acquired by Santee Cooper prior to the building of the Lake Moultrie. Fucking Moultrie. I don't know. It's probably French. I don't know, dude. Who fucking knows? I have this problem like all the time on the podcast. There is a cold spot in one of the bedrooms where the caretaker's like dog will not go.
Okay.
Oh.
Like refuses. And I've actually seen this in real life, not here, but on an actual investigation. I investigated a former coworker's home whose dog refused to walk to a certain section of the house without like looking down to the ground, throwing its ears back, and like running through. And it was both upstairs and downstairs. It was exactly in the same spot we measured out. Whoa. Fucking super weird. I'll explain to y'all what I think what was actually causing this. So tiny white lights have been seen moving across the porch. The sounds of doors opening and closing for hours on end have kept Santee Cooper board members up throughout the night, which I gotta imagine super annoying. A visiting New York businessman awoke to see a face hovering above his bed, and there was just like thing after thing after thing. The events go on, but have led some to hypnotize or hypothesize that the ghost is that of an Indian maiden who lost her life following lost her life following her mate into battle with the Ethiopian settlers. And the reason they think that is because on the property there is Indian mounds that are grave sites.
Yeah.
Were excavated by the Charleston Museum several years ago. The remains of a woman buried in a crouching position were unearthed. Little is known for her history, but the spirit of the woman is with what has been described as a porcelain face, was witnessed at the Wampy house shortly after the excavation. And there has been like reports of like mysterious figures like appearing and like disappearing on the property just all the time. One caretaker of the plantation house had a close encounter with the ghost as she was putting away china in the main dining area. The light was fading, and from the corner of her eye, she noticed a figure out on the piazza. I'm sure. She turned and saw a clear image of a young Indian woman dressed in buckskin and ribbons looking directly at her through the window until it slowly disappeared with the settling sun.
Whoa.
It's pretty good. Now, what I think that whole situation with the dog is what I determined with the investigation that I did is that there was a portal that was in there.
Yeah.
And from what I've come to know from those who have been ghost hunters long before me, and I've talked to numerous people, was like portals are basically what allows an entity to travel from their other domain to this domain, right? And it's even said that sometimes those portals just kind of move. They kind of move around.
Yeah.
Right? Some are affixed to a certain spot and can't move. It's hard to tell, but it's all very strange.
Yeah.
We'll go to, I guess we're just staying in downtown Charleston. We're going to go to the Pink House. Nobody really knows much about this next spirit, but she is said to be dated as late as the 17th century structure itself, which was hand built of Bermuda stone, a West Indian coral stone with a natural pink hue, which is why it's called the Pink House.
Yeah.
3 former Pink House owners who filled the tiny dollhouse-looking space with art for more than 2 decades, believe the ghostly photographs captured by patrons may reveal the different life phases of former tavern owner and famed female pirate Anne Bonny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. More fucking pirates, dude. You fucking expect that shit, did you?
No, I did not. I did not.
Arg.
I did not expect that
Can
one.
you give an arg? Because I feel like it's not right if I do it.
that was great. That was great.
I didn't even say anything. I just
Like,
breathed.
All right, ready? I'm your acting coach right now. Headspace, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, you're a pirate. You're a female pirate named Anne Bonny, right? Famous female pirate.
I don't think female pirates art.
You're ruining this bit for me. I need you to do this. And action. Perfect. So the windows of this building have opened suddenly on hot summer evenings. Soft footsteps have been heard climbing the stairs as well as the flowing sound of a dress has been heard throughout the building.
Yeah.
Someone shimmying along.
Yeah.
One visitor said that he felt the overwhelming sense that someone was peering at him from the stairwell. When he looked up, nobody was there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, someone doesn't always have to be there. I definitely have felt many a times where there was something amiss, and this is before I even gave any credit to there being any sort of paranormal aspect. Like, I almost always, when I have felt like, something seems a little off, I have definitely felt like, is that
It was.
You know what's weird is this has been going off every time we go to record, and I've been thinking that it's maybe the microphones because obviously these run off with power. And can you get to a close up?
Oh, yes.
So this is my XLR cord. You can see another one right there.
Yep.
All right, that's Taylor's. All right.
I don't even move them off of it.
And I'm holding the cord against the K2.
Yeah.
And it's not going off.
Yep.
And whenever I put the K2 back on Chester, it seems to be going off again. But let's see if he wants to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Now he's not doing it.
I caught it a little bit earlier, but hopefully.
I don't know. That's very strange. So we'll go to the College of Charleston. So young ghosts are said to haunt the College of Charleston Joe E. Berry Residence Hall, and they're very mischievous as they are mysterious. The contemporary building constructed in 1988 rests on the former site of the Charleston Orphan House, which, like this, let's just mention this is our final story.
Oh.
And was the first publicly funded orphanage in the United States, much like the other place we talked about, which was the sanatorium. Mm-hmm. First, U.S. place in the U.S.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a huge orphanage. So the five-story facility built on Boundary Street, now known as Calhoun, was made to support and educate the city's poor children. Initially served 115 kids, and then with enrollment peaking at 334 children shortly after the Civil War.
Oh, wow.
Because I imagine there was a lot of orphans after that, after the whole riffraff that was going on. Might have heard about it. According to Orphan House Records, which is a fucking super cool name for a record company if you haven't done it already, its infirmary was full during the Spanish influenza pandemic of 1918. There's actually a place that's local to here that was also just like that. The children who were not sick had unattended play yards to themselves. It is said that they made tents from cardboard found in the trash, and after a while became bored and raided the kitchen. They brought back an oily rag and lit their tents on fire.
Oh.
The smoke billowed into the open windows of the infirmary. During the evacuation of the building that fateful night, one can only speculate how long it took to remove more than 200 sick kids. And 4 orphans between the ages of 8 and 13 passed away from smoke inhalation.
That's amazing that it wasn't more.
It's insane that it wasn't more.
Yeah.
The Charleston Orphan House building was demolished in 1953 to make way for the Sears Roebuck store. Fucking Sears. And the institution moved to its new campus in North Charleston. The department store was short-lived, became property of the College of Charleston. Since the dorm's opening, students have been plagued by a rash of false alarm fires, as well as distant sounds and voices of laughter of children late into the night. The eerie sounds travel through the halls, stairwell, air conditioning vents, under the trees in the outer brick courtyard between 2:30 and 5 a.m. Many have been awakened by the sound of marbles cascading across the floor, only to find none. And disembodied voices can be heard. It can be heard described in interviews as eerie but celebratory.
Mm-hmm.
A few witnesses noted hearing high-pitched chanting of a popular children's game known as Ring Around the Rosie.
Uh-oh.
Ring around the Rosie. It's from the posy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
or smoke. A couple of kids fell down and didn't get back up.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was funny. Jesus, man.
I was just thinking like more so what do they got in their pockets? But
Tay, don't listen to this. That was a really funny bit. I'm not gonna lie. That was super great.
Thank you.
I just want to give some shout outs, and whenever it comes to these episodes, I usually like to try to put like who I got this information from. And so charlestonmag.com and www.southcarolinahauntedhouses.com and usghostadventures.com. Thank you all for your incredible writing and information about these places. I couldn't have done it without you. But yeah, with the influenza, that there's a place that's local, somewhat local to here. It's just across the river from Vancouver. That experience. That's the old Fort Vancouver Hospital, the post hospital.
Oh, okay.
And it said like 20 or 16,000 people died there during during the influenza. I used to do ghost tours through there with my friends because like I started off with like me learning the history like of stuff like this, and then I was like, and then I'd walk through with my friends and tell them the story. Then their friends would tell their friends, and their friends were like, "Oh, I want to do it," and then I would eventually just turn to me just taking people on a tour. But I would take them through this entire area, tell them the story of Fort Vancouver, and then eventually I would get to up close to the Fort Hospital, and I go, and then once you cross the Fort Barracks Artillery Road, I want to say. I would just start this like whole mantra of like the land you're standing on is basically hollowed ground, where 16,000 people died of the Spanish influenza. It was so bad that they were not able to keep everyone inside, so instead they put them out in tents when they were exposed to the elements, and they basically would just stack the bodies and take them somewhere to go get buried. And then I would just turn and be like, "This is the post hospital," and then just like show them the hospital in all its glory.
That's crazy.
It's a real fucked up place.
Yeah, I can't even imagine like what the population must have been like way back when.
Not a lot.
But like 16,000, that's a whole hell of a lot of people. Like that could be as much as like half the town's population for all we know.
Yeah, I think it was not just like, not like just the greater Clark County area.
Right.
I imagine it was probably also for that in Portland. The greater Portland, and just across the bridge. And I don't know when that bridge was constructed, but I imagine there was a fucking bridge before that.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was just like Washingtonians and Oregonians sending across the Columbia in that like little narrow section. And just like, you guys fucking suck.
Yeah.
You just wait till we build a bridge, you piece of shit. I'm gonna get you, dude.
Like,
Yeah, we're funny with everybody's money. I'm gonna come in here and kick you in the nuts.
but yeah, that was South Carolina's most haunted. I'm sorry, it was super like all over the place.
It was
But
kind of fun though.
it was fun. We haven't done a most haunted episode in a while. Next one will be better. Maybe I'll do the South again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do Florida's most haunted.
Ooh.
So just Florida in general?
We'll just talk about Jacksonville and
Every single Margaritaville.
talk about the cocaine of years past in Miami.
Cocaína.
Yeah.
I'll go back to Margaritaville. I did it to myself.
What?
I won't go back to a Margaritaville.
Go to listen to Jimmy Buffet.
I like the vibes, okay? No one can blame me. The vibes inside a Margaritaville are immaculate.
I've always been curious about it, but like if it's like more than just for the music and it's like actually like pretty dope, I could use a vacation.
The food is okay.
Okay.
The vibes, however, the vibes are good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the vibes inside of Margaritaville, and I will die on that hill.
Well, hell, I could just go for a margarita right now.
You know, we say that Taylor's got an old soul, except her old soul is that of a fucking Floridian.
When you can come with us on our Vegas trip, and we'll just go to Margaritaville.
I'm on board for that because I've said this time and time again that for as much as I'm a thrill seeker and somebody who likes to go and do stuff, I treat Vegas like it's Mecca for me. I have yet to go, and I feel like when I go, it's going to be like off the chain because I want it to be equal parts Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, The Hangover, and then I'm trying to think of another prominent movie, but like probably like 21 or something like that, where it's like I feel like we're gonna take the city for all it's worth and get all their money.
We're gonna go as a group, and we're aiming for January. But what we'll do is we'll go to Margaritaville for lunch, and then we'll follow it up with Rainforest Cafe for dinner.
Oh, I loved Rainforest Cafe. They had one. They had one at some mall that I think is between Tacoma and Seattle, and I would incessantly get after my parents to take me there because I thought it was so cool. And then when there was the whole entire like rainforest part, I was like, oh, this is the best part. And like I was like, oh, I don't care about this. I want the rain to start again. Like that is what sent me. I loved it.
I think our goal is to also go, at least the group would like to go back to the Zach Bacon's Haunted Museum, which would be my second time and his like fourth time. And then also going to Omega Mart. So we have like a whole thing that we want to go do.
Okay.
How much fun would it be?
I'm putting Margaritaville on the list though. Like no one can fight me on that one. It's just happening.
Okay.
I would love for Bill to go to the Haunted Museum with us. Just instead of like going and doing a ghost paranormal investigation and like kind of easing your way into it, we basically take you to like the fucking like the most evil place in America, and just
okay,
like, let's go.
Let's get him a VIP pass, and he can go in the basement.
Yeah,
I won't go in the basement.
You won't go in the basement.
I won't go in the basement.
I will say it right now. I will spend the money I will spend the money to go and do a VIP again, but I will not be going in the basement.
I will also.
That is so crazy. Like for me, as I'm sitting here processing everything, I see how serious y'all are about that, and it's like I feel like, am I gonna be a changed man when I come out of that basement?
Okay, so here's the thing about that basement. I've talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. I am not like. Okay, I believe in the paranormal, all that, but I am not as in tune with the paranormal. Like I don't get like a ton of like feeling usually about it. Like I do, but I don't. It's not very intense. Like I can usually tell if something's there, but it's not in my face, you know, whereas he has like the flashes and whatever. We were in that basement and he was walking in front of me and something in my head said, if you don't fucking get out of this basement, you're going to die. And I literally like tried to fucking run and I ran into him and I was like, you need to go. Like, I don't care that there's people in front of you. You need to go because I need to get out of here. And that's a pretty intense reaction for me to have.
Oh, sure.
I will say that inside that basement, well, so this is the end of the podcast, what's up, guys, is that I have experienced some of the best and worst in the paranormal world. Right, I've been and I've seen incredible things. I've seen really horrible things. Some of which being inside that building. Right.
Yeah.
I've experienced some really crazy phenomena. I'll tell it after this once we wrap. But in that basement specifically, when I got down there, she was obviously quite panicked.
Yeah.
I have never been in a room that I could, without a shadow of a doubt, like. In my mind's eye, I'd be like, whatever the most evil thing I can think of lives here.
Okay.
Like, whatever fucking goes bump in the night, this is the thing above that.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
And it's just waiting. And there are people who are just walking around it. And it's just waiting.
I genuinely think, like, it is an experience. Like, it's an experience that I think that if you're going to the Haunted Museum and you've paid for the VIP pass, you should absolutely go do it once. I won't do it more than once. I did it the one time, and I think if I go back down there, I might actually have a moment, and I don't want that.
Okay.
I will tell you right now, if you go to Vegas with us, Bill, and you do the RIP pass, as it's called, which is very fun, and you want to go down the basement, I won't bitch out. I will go down there with you. I won't like it. But I'll do it. I'll do it to back you up.
I'll be upstairs.
I'll do it to back you up.
I say this. First off, thank you. But I say this, that for me, especially when I'm getting to know someone, and this is not just like my military background. This is just how I've always been. If I ask you a question straight up, are you like, if something pops off, are you going to be there to back me up?
Oh yeah.
Some people are like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You already answered my question.
Yep.
Don't even worry about it." But it's like, if you say that in some, and some crazy shit does pop off, not only are you a friend for life, but it's like, I will put myself on the line for anything at that point. And it's like, the way that you have described this, you'd be a real one if you did that. But if I encounter some stuff and it's like, I'm not a child anymore, now I've fucking seen the world.
Yeah.
And it's the real deal. That's going to be one of those sort of things where it's like, core memory unlocked. Core memory unlocked.
I would love to say that I would fight for you and whatever. I am a flight girly.
You know what?
I am a flight girly through and through. I will admit
I'll
it.
fight.
No shade.
Something fucking spooky happens.
Yeah.
Gone.
Okay.
Not me.
Okay.
I love it.
It has to be something like I'm usually really good, but it has to be something that is like shaking me to my core for me to like take off.
Yeah.
If it's something a little spooky, I'm like, okay, cool, I can handle this.
I've fallen asleep in cemeteries before, but anyway, let's end this episode out, shall we? So thanks so much for joining us on this week's episode of Haunts, Graves, and Omens. If you enjoy this podcast, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Rate us 5 stars listening at, like, share, subscribe. You know the deal. Whatever. It's a fucking show, man. You can follow us on our socials. There's a link tree. We have an Instagram, a Threads account, TikTok. You can follow me directly. I Die on the Haunt on Instagram. And sometimes I stream, but I haven't been lately. But I want to start doing some like HGO gaming. So we'll go ahead and check that. I'll pass it off today.
It's me. Hi. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Lunar Thrill. That's all I got. That's all I'm on. Actually, you know what? Change that. I also have a Twitch. I do not stream as much as I would like to. Usually I am very tired. But I do sometimes occasionally. So you could also follow me on Twitch at Lunar Thrill. Our dog also has an Instagram. It is Spirit the Turv. Yeah, that's all I got. Bill, it's your turn.
Yes, I'm Bill Bernard. I am most oftentimes on Snap and TikTok at Thrill of Bill, Thrilling Entertainment, and some
Billing
jokes.
you money.
And I that's where I'm at, and come check me out sometime.
Well, everything's fine in the world. We're here to talk about ghosts. I certainly love that. And just take care of yourselves out there. So remember to stay spooky.
Stay haunted.
HGO will be right here for you, baby.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.